This special presentation of the 1987 Downtown Appleton Christmas Parade is brought to you for your holiday enjoyment by the Van Zeeland Companies, the Avenue Shopping Center, AAL, which offers fraternal benefits and financial services for Lutherans, Marine Banks, your local True Value hardware stores, not just a name, it's their way of doing business, and by Cub Foods. We'll be back with Susan Finko and Jerry Burke after the following messages.
Aid Association for Lutherans. The world changes, and so do we. As your needs have grown more complex, we've expanded to meet them through life, health, and disability insurance, IRAs, annuities, and other financial services. Our fraternal benefits and volunteer programs have grown, touching more lives than ever. To keep pace with a more complicated world, we're simplifying things, including our name, AAL, Fraternal Benefits and Financial Services for Lutherans.
Finding the right gift is easy with these ideas inside the newest holiday circular from True Value hardware stores. This GE stereo clock radio is just $32.88. And this Casio handheld printing calculator is only $19.99. Give this AT&T answering system with beeperless remote to receive and change messages. Just $109.99 at participating True Value hardware stores. And tell them Pat Summerall sent you.
Good evening. What a beautiful night for a parade. We'd like to welcome you to the 17th annual Downtown Appleton Christmas Parade. I'm Susan Finko.
And I'm Jerry Burke. Welcome. Beautiful night, Susan. I think this is the best weather we've ever had.
I can't ever remember it being this nice, Jerry.
Usually we're up on the eternal draft up here on the marquee of things, but tonight it's a beautiful night.
It is great.
We've already had a couple of events prelude to the parade. Tonight we had the world's largest sing-along, 50,000 people singing Jingle Bells. You saw it earlier in our newscast.
That was fun. And also there was the Santa Scamper, which was a 1-mile run down College Avenue. I know there's some genuinely good runners in that, but it's so much fun to see the non-genuine runners who are also in costumes for that.
Over 800 people took part.
You bet.
We'll have the step off of the parade, the 17th annual, right after this.
The real thing for Christmas. It's out there somewhere, among the lookalikes and imitators, all shouting for your attention. It's the one that quietly stands out, going beyond the unique and distinctive. The real thing is one of a kind. And if you haven't found it yet, just maybe you haven't looked close enough. Discover what honest-to-goodness Christmas style can be at the Avenue. The magic of Christmas is real at the Avenue.
For 43 years, Aunt Mert has kept a secret.
I'm not telling.
A secret recipe for cinnamon rolls.
Wild horses couldn't drag it out of me.
But Cub Foods thought a little incentive might change your mind.
My lips are sealed. First, you take 2 eggs.
Cub Foods, the only place to get Aunt Mert's cinnamon rolls. Sweet, delicious, and a little gooey. Made fresh daily, like everything else, at the in-store bakery at Cub Foods.
Look, I'm only human.
The employees at Marine Bank Appleton wish all of you a holiday season filled with happiness and special times to remember with family and friends. Holiday greetings from everyone at Marine Bank's Valley Fair office. A joyous holiday season from Marine Bank's Greenville office. The ideal gift for Christmas, a gift certificate from Breezewood Family Restaurant Neenah, Reflections Restaurant Appleton, or the Moasis Restaurant and Truck Stop Little Chute. A family favorite, the Breezewood. Fine food and refreshments in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. A sure crowd pleaser, Reflections, for a taste-tempting breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a whole lot more. Moasis, the friendly truck stop and family restaurant serving delicious home-cooked favorites 24 hours a day. Pick up a gift certificate today from one of the Van Zeeland Company's fine restaurants. You know us by our good name.
And we're back live downtown Appleton for the 17th annual Christmas Parade. And before we see the first floats that come by, we want to mention that tonight's parade is being dedicated to a very special man, Mr. Bernie Croman. Bernie died last year on December 13th. He was 72 years old. And the Appleton Downtown Retail Association, in his memory, wants to dedicate tonight's parade to Bernie Croman. Susan, we have probably, as we mentioned a little while ago, about the best weather that I can ever remember for Downtown Appleton Christmas Parade, and I think that has really helped the crowd.
You can definitely tell in the crowd. is probably one of the larger crowds I've seen in recent memory also, but of course it's much easier to put up with the cold when it isn't quite as cold, as they say. And of course, the police escort to lead things off comes cruising by, and the crowd starts to get a little excited.
One nice thing about the weather tonight is that a lot of people that come out a little earlier took part of the sing-along, was able to watch the Santa Scamper. And as you mentioned, a lot of cute outfits in the Santa Scamper. There we have the County Honor Guard.
And we should mention that people will get to see 90 units in this year's parade and some 14 bands, and that really makes a parade, that Christmas music and holiday music.
County Honor Guard made up from members of the Outagamie County Sheriff's Department. There's Sheriff Tom Droopson, Sheriff of Outagamie County. Oh, Tom, good to see you. As usual, we got, even though the weather is balmy, if that's the right thing.
Yes, it is.
There's the City Honor Guard. Everybody's bundled up well prepared, as we've learned over the years here in Wisconsin, be prepared for the winter weather.
And you can hear the City Band from Appleton. They've been active for over 50 years as a community band. They perform weekly concerts during the summer at Pierce Park in Appleton, and they represent the city in parades throughout the years. Members of the band are from various careers besides musicians and educators, and the director is Ann Gurman. So let's see if they'll play a tune for us.
Well, they're keeping cadence right now, Susan. They performed in the Flag Day Parade this year, and that's one thing that our family always likes to attend. Yeah, they are going to play song Shut My Gap. It's a large snowflake on the back of the float, and Frosty the Snowman in the center, made by the employees of the city of Appleton. And as usual, employees, you have done good work. Hello, Frosty. From what George is saying, we can make one of them guys tomorrow.
Well, as long as it's tomorrow and not tonight.
That's true.
Tonight he might melt a bit. It's actually pretty warm out here.
2 to 5 inches of snow maybe on the way. That'll be nice for the Thanksgiving holiday. Driving.
And the deer hunters.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll appreciate it. This is the Zwicker Knitting Mills. This year, in keeping with the world scene, the Zwicker float was planned to the theme of Christmas on the moon. Look at that one, Jerry.
Gemini. Or Apollo. I'm sorry, Apollo. What am I saying? No, it's Gemini.
This is great. Christmas is universal. I suppose
Apollo.
Whether you're on the moon or on Earth, everybody has a good time with the holiday season. That's a pretty impressive float.
Very well done.
And you bet they're warm in those outfits.
Friends from one of our competitors. There's John and Jay in the back. Hi, guys. Good to see you.
Nice to see it. Our friends over at WLUK Channel 11.
And here we got the Wonderland of Trees, Susan.
Oh, this is a great one.
They're going to have their big thing this weekend at the Paper Valley Hotel. If you get a chance, by all means, take this in. It's put on by the Junior Women's Club, Appleton Junior Women's Club, and all of the proceeds from this year's program will go to the Association for Retarded Citizens. All of the Christmas trees over at the Paper Valley, their costumes alone, those are neat, but they have real trees all decorated up at the Paper Valley. It's a good thing. You get good ideas about how to trim a tree if you're looking,
I wish I could come up with a costume like this at Halloween. I never remember these.
Nicely done.
They are nicely done. The crowd likes them, too, you can tell.
Good outfit, and every year the proceeds that they get from their Christmas tree program goes to a different charity. And this year, as we said, for the Association for Retarded Citizens of Outagamie County.
And there is no place like home. And that is from the Colony Oaks Care Center. And Keeping with the theme of the parade coming home, the float is There's No Place Like Home. Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz is on the front of the float. And, of course, the rest of the crew is with them.
The Tin Man.
The staff from Colony Oaks Care Center is taking the part on the float, and the van from the center is pulling the float.
Here's the Applettes, Appleton Family YMCA. Baton twirlers are taught by Mary Beth Bielecki, former baton twirling state champ. Girls practice over at the Y every Thursday. And they range in age from 5 on up. Let's see if we can find a 5-year-old. There she is.
There she is.
She's a cutie. And smartly dressed. Got their tights on.
And the Appleton East Patriots marching band and drill team under the direction of Tom Jacobs. Now, this group is really impressive. They have distinguished themselves in national and international events. Let's take a listen to their music because they are great. School in this conference. What a thrill that must have been.
Good unit, always well representing well, I should say, Appleton East High School. And here we have Fox Valley Youth Hockey. Come skate with us. This is what the skaters aboard this float are saying. Riding on the float, a 40-foot semi-trailer, hockey skaters representing the Fox Valley Youth Hockey Association. Kids on ice are not in hot water. I like that slogan. Well, they're skating out at the Tri-County Ice Arena. There you go, Christopher. He's kind of, my son's taking a little interest in hockey, and I'm not sure why, because I'm semi-hockey fan. But aha, speaking of my son, Christopher, look up.
The Marine Bank at Appleton says we need a little Christmas, and that's the theme for the Marine Bank Appleton float. Snoopy is getting ready for the season by putting a few decorations on his doghouse and has a few friends.
Woodstock?
Woodstock is there to help him out. Looks good to me.
Good job. We saw them working on that this afternoon from TLC Gift Baskets. Displays, come on, Mouse. Displays holiday baskets of gifts.